whenever there's anything that stresses me out or is making me feel nervous about anything, or there's bad news, like I straight away I make sure that I focus on meditating. So the way that I meditate is not sitting in a yoga pose under a tree, but it can be many different ways. So I always opt for meditation and not entertainment. And this is the main thing that I want to talk about, because nowadays it's completely normal for anybody of any age to walk down the street looking at their phone. And we are completely obsessed by the phone. If you sit in the metro, if you sit on a bus, the majority of the people are going to be on their phones. So this is entertainment. And this is what Krishnamurti always spoke about as well. Entertainment is just running from your fears. It's just distracting you. So if I go home and I want to watch a TV show, it's just you're getting entertained, you're keeping your mind busy with whatever is going on the TV or your phone or Instagram or TikTok or whatever. It's actually reading books is the same. It's a form of entertainment, so it's running from your own fears. What I'm speaking of is creative meditation, so it could be physical, like skateboarding. So as long as my mind is completely in whatever I'm doing, so I'm completely aware, completely alert, I'm completely 100% with this activity. So for me it's skateboarding and climbing mostly, but it could be anything, like playing basketball, painting, baking, also writing. I love writing, so that's also creative meditation, and it's a completely different feeling when you are creatively producing something, trying to deal with yourself in a different way. If I'm just going to turn on the TV and listen to what they're saying, I'm not actually dealing with myself. I'm not really dealing with my inner workings. I'm not really dealing with clearing my mind. I might actually muddle it up a little bit more, and the same is true for all the... It doesn't really matter what you look at on your phone or what you enjoy watching on your phone or what you like to keep you entertained. As long as it's following someone else, you're not actually working on your own mental health or your mental health, your mind state. You're not dealing with yourself as a person, and we need to deal with ourselves first and foremost. This is the most important thing. So as soon as you can happily live with yourself, you can love yourself, you can accept yourself for who you are completely, and then you're free. Then you can do whatever. Like, then you're free to love someone else. You're no longer running from anything. Like, yes, then you could watch TV, but then it's boring. That's why when people ask me, do you still listen to Krishnamurti, the answer was like, hell no. Of course not. First of all, I know the answer. It's not really that mysterious if you've already... It's like watching a whodunit, and you already know who the murderer was. So it's not. I'm fascinated by the way he's doing it. So I'm more astounded by the way he's describing it, and the way that he used his method, trying to let you, the listener, find out for yourself. So this is astonishing. I don't want to downplay anything that Krishnamurti did, because all hail Krishnamurti. But the thing is that once you understand and you know what he's talking about, it's actually entertainment. So this is when I stopped listening to him and tried to put it into my own words. So like try and talk about my experience, trying to talk about, oh, Krishnamurti helped me understand, but actually what I understand is this is how I would put it. This is how I would say it. This is how I experience it. So it's sort of the same thing, but a different perspective. I could have just gone out and copied Krishnamurti and just done exactly the same thing that he did, but he tried for a very long time, and like I'm not going to like rip like bite his method. I just listen to, I'm a normal human being. I'm a normal person that listened to Krishnamurti, and he happened to change my life foundationally from the bottom up. I used to be miserable and sad and grumpy. I was always finding the flaws and the mistakes and things. I was never happy with what I had. Even though I had so much back then, I was too stupid to actually like be happy with where I am and what I did. I was still trying to push like no, but I deserve this, and oh, in my dream imagination I am this and this. No, I should have just gone like, oh my god, you're 20 years old and you're in New Zealand snowboarding, what the hell is going on? And that's what I should have done instead of putting pressure on myself to become the best snowboarder ever. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, it's my mind state has completely changed, and this mind state change is available to anybody, any feeling human being can look at themselves and accept themselves for who they actually are. And this is the trick. This is the only magic trick you have to do, is you have to look at yourself. You have to look at what you perceive to be your flaws. They're not flaws really. It's just something that you're carrying, people say the chip on your shoulder or the weight that you carry. Whatever it is, I don't know you, I don't know what it is. I cannot know you, and nobody will ever know you like this other than yourself. You're the only one that can look at yourself, see these things that you think are flaws that you need to hide, and accept them and totally, fully, 100% go like, this is me, this is who I am. I don't care who accepts me, I don't know who tolerates me, who tolerates who I am. And it doesn't make any difference. This is who I am, and I accept myself with everything that comes with that. For me, it was my mother that never really loved me. Like, she made it evident throughout my life. That was one of the biggest things that I was hiding, and it was my deep guarded secret, and I didn't want anybody to know. However, it wasn't until I completely accepted this and went like, okay, so she doesn't love you. She never will. You've tried everything, she will never love you. There's nothing you'll ever do that'll change her mind. And as soon as I accepted that then helped me be free. As soon as I finally stopped trying to please her. I finally stopped trying to be liked by her. I finally stopped trying to be better, so trying to become something better. I finally just gave up. And as soon as I did that, as soon as my imagined idea of myself disappeared, because I killed it off because it was useless. It was just a belittling asshole. Anyway, as soon as the ego was recognized as this influence, this negative influence in my life, and I decided not to drag it on with me as this added weight, the commencing freedom was amazing. So now the way that I experience my world is completely different. There's a little child over there that starts talking to me, I am going to fully engage in a conversation because like, oh my god, there's a child here speaking to me in Spanish, and I'm going to learn some Spanish. And they're going to tell me something about their skateboard at home. So like, my life has completely changed in these finest, minute ways that are very hard to explain. And I just know that this amazing difference is the only reason that I'm still alive today. I just 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, the old pessimistic, self-hating me I would have killed myself without a shadow of a doubt when I had the MS diagnosis. To me, that would have been the final straw. Okay, your mum doesn't love you, your ex doesn't love you, and now you're sick. So I was pretty suicidal before the MS diagnosis and before finding Krishnamurti. So luckily this happened in between. And now I'm just laughing at my ailments. I'm laughing at my pain, and I'm going like, yeah, I've got MS, but look at me climb, look at me skate. Like, I don't care. Like, it doesn't even matter. So maybe in half a year I'm not going to be able to do that, and then I'm going to find the next thing that's interesting, and like, you know, it's gonna keep rolling, keep moving, and life is a flow. Like, you just roll with the punches, you go with the waves, and as soon as we kill that set idea of ourselves, this limitation, this barrier, this cage, as soon as we break free from that and just accept ourselves as this normal human being that we actually are, simple, humble, normal, nothing special, nothing groundbreaking, nothing memorable, just a normal human being, and extremely lucky to be alive. And as soon as we see that, and you go, oh my god, like, oh my god, like, I'm alive right now. Like, I could have been dead so many times before. So that's all. But I don't know what that's about. So as soon as we accept ourselves as we are right now, that means we no longer need the ego, because the ego is the thing that's saying like, yeah, but you are this and this and this, but, and all these ideas we have of ourselves, negative and positive. So as soon as we set ourselves free from that, then it doesn't make any sense to run away in entertainment anymore. It doesn't really make any sense to sit at home and watch a TV show. You're going to write your own stuff, you're going to do a drawing, you're going to go skateboarding, you're going to go climbing, you're going to go to the beach, you're going to see the forest and whatever, or you're going to play with this dog. So it completely changes the way that you see entertainment. It's quite sort of scary in the way that, like, now it's so in our phones, it's so like, all encompassing now. So whenever we go anywhere, like the bus, we're stuck to the phone, so we don't actually see what's going on in the bus. Maybe there's somebody that could have been your new best friend sitting next to you, and you didn't have a conversation because you're so stuck to your phone. So this is what I'm trying to say. Your real life is out there right now. Your real life is in this present moment. The phone is not the present moment. This has got nothing. TV has got nothing to do with the present moment. If you want to live in the present moment, a free life, free from any limitations, free from any ideas, then you don't no longer need the entertainment, because the entertainment is running from yourself. It's running from your ideas of yourself. It's you trying to build a bigger ego. It's you trying to do this and that. So it doesn't help you in your life. Entertainment keeps you entertained, yes, but you continue to run from yourself, and there's no point running from yourself because you'll never get away. So you can run as long as you want, but it's never going to work. It's never going to be effective. So you could spend the rest of your life keeping yourself entertained with TV and your phone and binge watching TV shows and playing computer games and whatever, but it'll never get you closer to finding yourself. If you go outside and try and meet a few people, try a sport, then you're going to learn about yourself. And this is what it's all about. It's about learning about yourself and accepting yourself for who you actually are. That's it. That's all. So, thank you very much for listening. Hope this wasn't too entertaining. And, I'm trying to tell you something sincerely what's changed my life. So I'm trying very hard not to be entertaining because I'm trying extremely hard to just bring this across. So, anyway, thank you very much for listening, and one love.